Everybody, this is Andrew Bukowsky, the Muscle Insider. We're here talking to Olympia again. We've got our voice of bodybuilding, Bob Cicherillo, and today we've got joining us the Godfather of Wellness, Johnny Styles. And here he is, the man himself, Sugar Ray, Shawn Ray. How are you?
I'm good, baby.
Good. Wasn't sure if you're going to make it or not.
Oh, come on. I'm right on time. You're doing the intros right now.
That's right. Good. So I thought first off, we covered some categories last time. So why don't we start with wellness since we got the man himself here? Definitely one of our bigger classes. So, what do you guys think? We just had Legion Sports Fest last week. Some pretty exciting physiques on stage there.
Yeah,
Well,
ready
let me
to go.
start by saying this. I was on the stage for the Legion probably the past, I don't know, 5, 6 years now, whatever it's been. So big congratulations to Chris Menace and his entire team at Center Podium Productions. They just do an outstanding job every year. It's a superhero-themed show. For those who have never been there, you've seen the ads and all that kind of stuff. And it's very cool. He's got a very big expo with it. A lot of pros, both Masters and Open. And it was a qualifier for next year as the qualifications are closed for this year. So congratulations to all the athletes who won, including Brett Wilkin, who won the men's open. So he's already got the early qualification for 2025. But the competition was outstanding all the way through. And I know we're going to be talking about wellness a little bit. I'll tell you what, the girl that won the wellness, phenomenal, unbelievable.
Yes, that's Lisa. Lisa Mainwaiko. She's from Germany, and I don't know if she has some Latina in her, but for a German girl to look that good with those proportions, it's really weird, but it works for her. She won
Yeah.
Tampa Pro too.
Well, if she's got any Latina in there, it's in the back. I think I found it.
It's gotta be if you're in this class, it's gotta be for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was an impressive lineup. Like a lot of big names showed up there. I've never been to the Legion Sports Fest myself, so would you say is it normally this caliber of athletes always showing up to that show, or is this a little unusual?
No, not really. He's always pulled some good big names, good names, good competition. I'd like to see this. And we talked a little bit about this last time. I wouldn't mind seeing everything in a calendar year. Like to me, the Legion should be like the last qualifier. Like this is it, the last chance saloon. You got one opportunity, and that's to win it. Pay your own way to the Olympia, get it back on a reimbursement. But if that's the only thing keeping people back, I would qualify people all the way up until the show. And once you get past the Olympia, just like a Super Bowl or a World Series, you start over again for next year. So there's a shot of
Yeah.
Lisa right there. You can see this girl is put together like a racehorse. I mean, she is just absolutely outstanding. I mean, she's going to do very well at the Olympia. She can push Francielle. I mean, that's the only wellness champ we've ever had in the Olympia. What, 3-time champ now, looking for 4. So she's going to get
Yeah.
pushed this year. This will be one of the athletes that pushes her.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, she's gonna be right up there. Right now in the top 8, I have absolutely not even one American in that top 8. I'm very close to the top 10, not even one American, but she is right up there in that top 6, top 7.
Yeah.
Well, Shawn, I know you've been burning at the bit to chime in on the wellness category. Who do you got?
She's the winner. I like this one right here.
There
Man.
you go.
That red was popping. That's my color.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm looking at.
yeah, no, it's different for them. It's gonna be really hard. You know, you got the 4 horsewomen of wellness right here. You said Machado, Isa, you got Ryan, you got Francielle. Those 4 alone are just gonna be top 5, top 4, hands down.
Is it possible to have a 4-way tie for first? I mean,
It just depends. It's like it depends who's gonna show up not in shape, because all these girls are kind of interchangeable in a way.
Yeah.
And like if one shows off a little bit off, the other one can actually place ahead. But usually in this class, they all pretty much come in shape, especially if it's the Olympia, which is like the grand stage of them all, the Super Bowl of bodybuilding. But at least for Brazilians and Latin American people, they take it very seriously. As you know, in Brazil, Mexico, Puerto Rico, it's a religion. So they will go in shape. It's going to be really hard for her, like for all these girls, for not to be in shape.
Johnny, do we know what day are these girls going to be on, by the way? Friday or Saturday?
They usually go on Friday, but I think they changed it this year on Saturday. And now that we are on that note, I want to point out that, I agree with Bob and Shawn, like we did last time. Something has to be done. It's over 37 girls that are going to be up there. Of those 37 girls, I can say it with no issues, around 20 of them, 25, almost 26 of them are absolutely not going to make it. And this is supposed to be the absolute best of the best in the world of professional bodybuilding and fitness. There's got to be a way for us to nail this down because it's going to be a long, long night.
You made me tired.
It's going to be a big.
I'm exhausted.
It's going to be a big and a long weekend. We've got a lot of athletes. There's 360, I believe, or somewhere thereof. The other year we had 405, and that was a little bit too much. And again, don't get me wrong. I'm all for qualifications. Again, qualify 500, qualify 600. I could care less. Spreads the wealth. It gets people to the big dance. But you got to have some cut rounds, and I think that's something that we definitely need to be taking a look at. But that's for discussions after the O, because we've got so much stuff coming up. Let me ask you, Johnny, you're the resident expert here on wellness. If Francielle comes in her best, let's just say we always got to go with the hypothetical, right? Everybody nails it 100%. Can she be beat by any of the other top front runners, in your opinion?
Absolutely not if she comes at her best. The thing is that she's doing the whole Ronnie Coleman shtick. She is coming every year better every single time. Bigger, harder, fuller. And when you're having an athlete doing that every single time, it's going to be hard for anybody to actually beat her. Now, I have heard that she might be doing the whole Chris Bumstead gimmick, and she might be doing the whole, this will be my last probably Olympia. But if she does that, she'll probably go, undefeated. But if not, I believe there's one girl that's also undefeated that it's getting really close to her. She's the one that won the Rising Phoenix with Eduardo Becerra. I've been talking about this girl for the past 2 years, and she's been undefeated, not only in the NPC ranks, but now in the IFBB Pro League, and she's going into her first Olympia. And again, she has not been beat by anybody in the IFBB Pro League. So I believe that compared to her, it will be really interesting to see these four against this brand new up-and-comer.
So would you consider Eduardo like that main contender then?
Absolutely. I think you have to have her in that top five. Many people.
I don't think there's any question she'll be in the top five. Let me tell you something. This girl's got some talent, and she has put together as well, if not better. I think it's going to be one of those things you're just going to come down to a preference of the judges. I would not be surprised if we saw an upset. And is it Eduardo? I know it's kind of sounds like the guy's name, but is that right?
We did A at the end, so it's Eduarda.
Yeah, I can't say it like you do, Johnny, but Eduarda is absolutely spectacular. I would not be shocked if she actually just outright beats Francielle in a 1-point decision. I could see that happening.
Absolutely. I have her, I coined her the heir apparent, because even at her first stages of when she was coming up, you just have that look that this girl can potentially be not only like the role model, but the actual future of the class.
No,
I know.
What do you think?
I know Sugar Shawn's got his money on this up and comer right here, Shawn, huh?
No doubt, she's a showstopper, dog. So I'm looking forward to watching this. The way that Johnny Styles is talking about her potential, like I want to see it firsthand.
It's there, like he said, she's undefeated. She hasn't been beaten yet, and she's going to continue that streak. She's going to have to take out the 3-time champ. So all eyes will be on the wellness stage. I know it certainly will, and everywhere south of the equator, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you guys there.
Do you feel, Johnny, that Francielle has any risk of, she doesn't have much room to go? Because she was already considered like, this is the ideal. And Tyler said he doesn't want her to get any bigger. So if you don't have the potential to get bigger, do you have the potential still to improve? What do you think?
It's weird because she is bigger and she is fuller and she is harder. So it'll only tell these girls to get bigger, fuller, harder in order to achieve this look. If, at last year's event, I had Isa Pereira Nunez winning by 1 point because Francielle showed up at prejudging not at her best. And they still gave it to her. They still gave her the world title, even though she didn't, she's like Phil Heath, like Mr. Saturday Night. She came in like devastating fashion. But even not at her best, they still gave it to her. So it's going to be really hard. And, it's again, the only girl that we haven't seen Francielle next to is Eduarda because she's technically the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
So we got to wait and see. This right now, it's going to be really hard because, again, you have an athlete that comes in every single time she's on. And when you see her now, it's like, well, this is not the same body we saw 3 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the same glutes. These are not the same quads, hamstrings, and calves of that one girl that people saw in Vegas at one time.
Yeah.
Shawn, let me ask you this. It's almost an unfair advantage that Francielle has because she's literally defined the division. She's the only Olympia champ we've ever had. So therefore, she's kind of become the look. And it's got to be hard for any other athlete to beat the look because that's what it's based on, right? So I think this Eduarda's got to just be different enough looking, but outstanding enough that it just creates a different look. But is that almost an unfair advantage, Shawn, in your opinion?
No, I mean, listen, the same can be said for the 3 guys that won 22 consecutive Mr. Olympias, and then we throw in Phil Heath, who adds another 7 consecutive Olympias. These guys, they set the standard. It's up to them to screw up. I mean, Francielle, she just has to be her. She comes in and she's her. That's the standard. Now the judges are going to have to decide if they want to go the other direction. I mean, everyone that was going, I can only relate this stuff to my own experience. When I would go to the Olympia and Dorian Yates is coming in 2, 3, 4, 5-time Mr. Olympia, I have to assume that if I put up the right product, maybe his will be off and maybe mine will be the one. And though it didn't happen in my reign, we've seen it happen in the past where the champion gets beat. So you can only win if you put what you have up against the champion, and then you let the chips fall where they may. Francielle may come in looking her best, but this new girl may offer something that's just a little bit the direction they want to go, and she wins because of the contrast, not because she's better, but because there's something extra, there's something different, there's something more they see that they don't see that they've gotten used to seeing in Francielle. So this girl just has to come in there and stand me next to her. That's what I'd be thinking. Let the judges do
I
their
think
job.
one of the things with the wellness category that's a bit of an advantage to some of the other new ones, even when it was bikini and classic physique, it almost seemed like the other categories when they first came in, it took a year or two to almost hone in what the category was. Where it seems wellness, as soon as it hit the stage,
We know
it was defined and it was ready to go.
Yeah,
I knew once it crossed over, I knew somehow, some way, the American standard would change a little bit because it's hard. It's one of those. It's the only class that's symmetrical upside down, and I knew it was gonna get fixed somehow, some way. But I was happy that they go this route because it's not that far off from like the original wellness girls that we had before the IFBB Pro League took them over. But again, you're trying to see what's going to happen here in the future. And Eduardo just, reminds me of like when Isa Pescini walked in the bikini scene. She was so unique at that time that you have nobody else to compare her. So I don't know. She's younger. She's fresh. She's getting all these sponsors. Like it's a hype type of thing. And again, not only is her first year ever in the league, but she's been winning shows left and right. She has shown that, she's not afraid of competing, let alone any show. So I don't know. It's like Shawn says, it's got to be what happens when they're together side by side.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to stand next to him.
All right. So we'll see you guys in Las Vegas. It'll be really
Yes,
interesting.
definitely. Yeah, I think this is going to be an exciting category to watch. It's definitely one of the big ones on the list as well. But we'll see it just happening in just over a week. All
Be
right,
front
thanks,
and
guys. This
center.
is Andrew Bukowski. We're Muscle Insider. We've got Bob Cicherillo, Shawn Ray, and Johnny Styles. All right, signing out.
Peace
We'll see
out.
you again soon.